Hello, it's Claudio, and in this video we will look at how to split a string in Python. Python provides a split method, part of the string data type. It allows to split a string into a list of strings. For example, let's say I want to split the following string. How can I split this string using the space as separator? This is what the split method is for. Let's see what it returns when applied to the message variable. As you can see, the split method applied to a string returns a list in which every item is a string. In other words, it returns a list of strings. Notice that we have called the split method on the string using the dot notation. So far, we have seen how to split a string using the space as separator. But what if you want to split a string using a different character as separator? Let's start by updating the message string and replace every space with an @ character. This is what happens if we call the split method without passing any arguments. We get back a list that has a single element because there are no spaces in the string, and the split method by default uses the space as delimiter. To split the string using the @ sign as delimiter, we have to pass the @ character to the split method. This is how we do it. Now we got back a list of strings. So to recap, to split a string using a different character than the space as separator, you have to pass the character as argument to the split method. It's also possible to split a Python string without using the string split method. It's not necessarily something you would do in your program, but it's an opportunity to get familiar with a different Python module, the re module, where re stands for regular expression. The re module provides a split function that has the following syntax. re.split, the first argument is the pattern, and the second argument is the string we want to split. Let's test it first with a string that uses spaces as separators. We will pass the space character as first argument and the message as second argument. Remember to import the re module and then execute re.split. Once again, as you can see, the first argument is the space, so the delimiter, and the second argument is the string we want to split. And now let's do the same with the string that uses the @ sign as separator. Now you know an alternative way to split strings in Python. And what if you need to split a string that uses multiple delimiters? How can you do it? With re.split, you can do it by passing all the delimiters as part of the pattern argument. Let's say we want to split the following string using the space and the @ sign. We can tell the re.split function to use both separators using the following syntax. Notice that the pattern argument contains the space and the @, separated by the pipe sign. Now, let's say we want to split a string using 3 separators. The approach is the same. This time the 3 separators are the space, the @ and the exclamation mark. Now we want to learn what else we can do with Python. So I'm wondering, can we also split a string using multiple delimiters with the standard split method, instead of using the split method of the re module? Yes, we could do that, but we have to use another string method, the replace method. For example, let's take the following string. We could split it using the space, the @ and the exclamation mark as delimiters by simply replacing any occurrences of the @ and exclamation mark with spaces first. This is what I mean. As you can see, we now got a string that only contains spaces as separator. At this point, we can call the split method to split the string into a list of strings in the same way we have done before, using the space as a single separator. Does it make sense? If it's not clear, try it in your Python shell. We are simply calling the replace method twice to replace the @ and the exclamation mark with spaces. And after that, we are calling the split method. The split method by default is splitting our string using the space as separator. We have seen multiple ways to split a string in Python, from the basic usage of the string split method to the use of the re module. You have also learned how the split method works when you want to split a string using spaces or different characters as separator. If you have learned something during this tutorial, give it a like. Also, subscribe to this channel so we can learn Python together. And if you want to learn more Python, have a look at other tutorials in this channel and also visit the CodeFather blog. See you in the next video.